Hi everybody, this is Mr. J or Mr. Rodriguez. Hey there, maybe you can be better now. Um, so I have created a mask using 2 liter bottles, these water bottles like this, okay? So these are 2 liters. This is 1 gallon bottle. All you have to do is cut it open like this. Um, you cut it open. In fact, got my scissors right here that are handy. I had a starting point already. So you cut it open. Now what you want to do is you want to line the edges here with something soft. And one simple thing you do is use insoles. The insoles from your shoes, if you have new insoles, that's good. You can use something else. You can use some kind of padding. You can use some kind of like a cloth like this that's microfiber, for example. You can use foam. Whatever it is, you can do. All you have to do is you're going to have to line it up. But before you do this, you need to make some cuts. So get your little end, put it against your face, and see where your nose is at, and feel for your neck area. Where your neck area is at, you want to make an indentation there. Start by making a small indentation first, and then build it up to where it's comfortable to you. So mine is right here. It's comfortable right there. The next thing you want to do is you want to do the nose piece. This is the hardest part of the whole thing, actually. For the nose piece, what you want to do is you want to decide where you want your nose piece to be at, and use a finger like this and squeeze down. Once you squeeze it down and pinch it, you want to keep pressing it like this, the way I have it. Keep pressing and pressing, and eventually it'll retain its shape, and keep going further back into it. That way you loosen up the plastic a little bit better. So once you have that, you try it out again, and if you have a good fit, you continue. You can adjust the nose piece later on also. So what you're going to do next, again, you're going to put some kind of liner on here. What I actually did is I got some foam from the hardware store, and this is the foam right here. Okay, it does not have to be this foam. Ideally, you want a foam that's going to be not porous. That means it doesn't let air go through. So this is a weather seal, so it will not let air or water go through it. So this would be the most ideal to do. So really cheap too, by the way, okay? And it has a self-adhesive on it. So once you have that, you put it on here. And this will serve as a guide. You put it all around. Once you're done going all the way around, you want to put duct tape over the whole thing so it doesn't fall off. Okay, so I'm not doing that part for you guys right now. Once you have that and you have your nose, again, here's my nose piece. Okay, pretend I have it all sealed up already, okay? You do this again, and check for how much air is coming in and not coming in. Ideally, when you suck in, if this is closed, if the end is closed, when you suck in, you should not be able to breathe very well. It should be really hard to breathe. That means you have a good seal. When I put this on, I have a hard time breathing if I have it close to me. Of course, I had to close it. Sorry, I dropped my lid. So I close it up, and I suck in. I could not breathe very well from there. Okay, so now that I have that, I had this sealed up. I had the foam. I had the tape on here. I need to decide where I'm going to make my little holes on this plastic. Okay, the easy way to make these holes, the easy way to decide where to make the holes is when you hold your mask on here. You hold this part on here. Feel where you think the pressure should be at, and it'll be right. It'll be right by your cheeks over here, and right below by your jaw area over here. Okay. So the easiest way to make the holes actually is if you have the gas stove, get a nail. Okay. Get a nail and get some pliers. Put the nail on the heat on the fire. Put it on. Let it heat up for a while until it's almost red. And put it on here. It'll go right through the duct tape, which I have on here, duct tape. You make hole 1 and make hole 2 on the other side. So this is the bottom right here, the bottom 1, 2, and top 1 and 2. So I have my holes there. the next thing you want to do is you want to put some kind of holding mechanism right here. I was actually 3 weeks ago or so, before the whole epidemic idea started, the whole thing started. I had an idea something may be happening, so I ordered a bunch of elastic. This is the elastic, okay. You can use shoelaces if you have shoelaces or some kind of other string. So that would be a good thing to do, okay. So once you made this, you made your holes. On the end of the elastic, once you put your elastic to the holes, you want to make a big knot on both sides. You make one knot on one side. Decide how much string you want on here, how much of the strand, by putting it around yourself. And then you cut off the length that you need. It's okay to cut off extra length, because once you do that, you can always adjust it through the inside, make it shorter. Or if you have too much, you can just make a knot on the outside and adjust it that way, okay? So it's really easy to make an adjustment on these. So as you see, I have everything set up, it's closed up. You can, if you wanted to put this lid back on here, you can put it back on while you're using it, and it'll help you regulate how much air you get also. If I want to have no air coming into here, which I really don't want to do because that means I'm not breathing, but I can definitely open up a little bit and get some air this way. I will limit the air that's coming in. You don't want to close it too much and force yourself to breathe too hard, because if you're breathing too hard, then you may have breakage on the outside where air comes in through there, because air is going to follow the path of least resistance, okay? So keep it open. You may even, and I left this on here to show you where this came from, the bottle, okay? But you could cut the ends off over here, leave the circle around it, and then get a little string and super glue it to here. That way, if it comes off, you'll have it on there, okay? Got that? Good idea, huh? So now that you have this all set up, for filters, what I have in here, I went to the hardware store yesterday and I bought this. They're AC filter they're AC filters for your AC system. There are 12 packs in here, and it was like $4 for a pack. So you can make quite a bit of these. So the cool thing about this whole system is, and I have it inside here already, I have it set up in here, you can multi-layer it in here. For my purposes, I only did one layer. If you wanted to be more creative or more protective of yourself, and you have access to it, I also pre-ordered a few weeks ago some of this material right here. And this is carbon. This is a carbon filter right here. Carbon filter is really good at containing things that have electrical charges on them. And the virus actually does have an electrical charge. So you can actually cut it, fit it in here also, and then put the other filter in there. You really don't want this touching you because this would be abrasive. I don't really plan on using this, but if you wanted to, if you have more need, it'll probably not be a bad idea. It's a filter like this or another filter. So I'm using these filters, like I said. You can buy any AC filter and cut them to your needs, and then once you have it cut, what I actually did is I used my duct tape and I made a circle on these things here. I doubled it up. I made a circle and I cut it, and so it would be round, so it would fit in here better. Once I have it there, then I added duct tape all around it. Okay, so I have one layer. I have two layers, 1 and 2. I could definitely add more. If you don't have access to this, you could easily stuff this with something else. For example, an old shirt or a sweatshirt. If you do have this, I duct taped it on there. You could actually do something as simple as this. Get this or get a shirt, put your finger through here. Now it has a very tight fit, and now this is your filter right here. It works pretty well too. Okay, so that was one of my ideas that I had right there. So these masks are pretty big because of the kind of container that it is. So I tried something else out, and I decided, what about a 2-liter bottle? So I got this 2-liter bottle here, and I cut the top and I cut the bottom off. And it turns out that you can actually make, I have my sample somewhere, the top sample, I might have dropped it anyway. You can do the exact same thing, and this is the bottom part you see, and I designated this as my nose piece. So I put it against myself. I closed it down, and same thing as the other one. I pinched, and then I use my fingers to push up to create more of a nose design, okay? And this would be better for someone who has a smaller face, or maybe like a female. I know I have a big face, so I need a bigger filter. And I'm gonna make one of these for my wife later on, so she can try it out herself. When I do that, I cannot breathe inside, so that's a good sign that I have good seal. And I haven't even done anything as far as insulating the areas over here. So this works out pretty well too. Exact same thing. Now, the issue here, of course, is where do you breathe from? So to counteract that, same as the other one, you can put your filter on here, and you can actually make holes on here, breathing holes, and that would help you out. The good thing about either this device or this device is that you can actually pack quite a bit of material on here, and you can still breathe, and you can, at the end of the day or end of the period, you can take it out, you can wash it, you can replace it. If you don't have any clothing, you can actually take this out, and you can actually put napkins in here, or you can put toilet paper in here. There's a lot of things you can use to put in here. Felt pad is really good for this too. So if you don't have this, felt pad may actually be better than this, because it's a little bit thicker than this. So my next try, I'm going to try for my own self, is going to be using felt pad. And the other thing you can use instead of that, felt pad, is also, again, the microfiber towels. You just put them in here, just like we did earlier, stuff it into the nose piece, throw it in there, and then you can breathe. Okay. So there are options out there that don't require you to go buy an expensive mask, and this is a better option than just putting a bandana over your face. If you have any questions, send me a message. I'm Mr. Rodriguez. They call me Mr. J at the school. Texas A&I till I die. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Thank you much.